Hello, everyone. Hello. Thanks for joining me, Alex Levin, for meditation today. You are on Sun and Moon Yoga Studios YouTube channel, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. Got a message coming in. Good morning. Good morning, Mary Beth. I'm using my phone now to film and stream, and it's a little different than using a laptop. Um, One day, I'm sure I'm going to get a call coming in, and we'll see what happens with that. But thanks for being here and joining me. From streaming from my home again. Last week was from a hotel room in New York City. So, Lao Tsu's wisdom, many of you may be familiar with the Tao Te Ching attributed to Lao Tsu. I have magnets on the side of my refrigerator, and a couple of them. One is a Walt Whitman quote that's lovely. And this one, I just decided I should read them this morning. I was feeling a little overwhelmed by something that happened, and this is a short one, and it's again attributed to Lao Tzu. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. So this magnet helped me sort of recenter myself from the thing that threw me off balance, and I thought it was really appropriate for pondering again what I often ask us: why are we doing the meditation practice in the first place? And while that may be a helpful quote for you, I encourage you to also answer that for yourself, and it may be fresh, it may be different at different times, of course. So while I talk a few minutes before we meditate, you may be hearing my little dog, Roo, snoring from his slumber right nearby. And you can go ahead and either just sit very comfortably or prepare your seat or stretch or whatever you like to do before meditation. You can prepare your seat for our approximately 12-minute sit together in just a few minutes. So for me, the practice is so much about that phrase, knowing who I am, who is our true self, and what does that mean? What does that mean anyway? Aren't we always our true self? Maybe you notice as well as I that there are times that we're pulled or we act or we think or act. We are pulled in directions that do not feel fulfilling, do not feel free, do not even feel true. Just don't align with what the urge and the passion and the life force that's coming through us. And it's a sense we have when things aren't aligned. I mean, we can look at our asana, our postures in yoga, and there's a very tangible physical sense of when things are not aligned that maybe even is clear to somebody outside looking at you, or how you can feel or see yourself. But in that asana, it is a practice of where we learn to start to sense that from inside. And so, this pointer from Lao Tzu, at the center of your being, we hear so often teachers guiding us to go inside, to get quiet, to listen for our inner voice. And maybe again, like me, you've been doing this for quite a while, and I'm both astounded and thrilled that this journey is never ending, that this going inside, that this getting quiet, just the art of that is ever expanding, ever growing. The ability to do that, to slide into that space, or to remember, or to notice when I'm not in that space so often, and that listening and the depth of that practice, and that indeed answers come. You have the answer at your center of your being, and we can feel what it is we need to do. The quote here is what we want. What is the next obvious step? To draw from my more experience this morning, I was thrown off by some event that's going to happen differently than I thought it would. Surprise, surprise. And why am I so surprised? But that happens quite a lot for us, doesn't it? We make a plan, we prepare, we're envisioning, and that is all good. That's important, actually. But then when we arrive to a place where it shows up differently. It shows up in a way we didn't expect, in a way we might be disappointed, or in a way that we're surprised and we're delighted, like it's better. It's better than what we thought it would be. Sometimes that can be the result. But what I noticed this morning is I got caught up in my disappointment and emotion and anger about what didn't work out as I thought it would, and the reasons why, the emotional reasons behind it, the tangible and emotional. Um, I was able to come back to center and to just be here now, to be here now and uh, know what my next step needs to be, what questions I need to ask. And it's not quite the disaster I thought it would be, or felt like for a few moments. So this roller coaster of life, right? And I don't, I think that it's not, sometimes again, I'll say that I know that at times I have hoped that this meditation practice would be an escape from some of that roller coastering. And I am learning that it is actually a place to fully embrace, to ride that roller coaster and to feel what disappointment feels like, deep disappointment. How does anger manifest? Do I yell? Do I get hot? Do I get tight? And recently, a homeopathic practitioner I'm working with helped me to realize the same thing that we actually do in this quiet sitting and listening. We find ourselves as the space that can entertain, sometimes not welcome right away, but we're ready. We start to be ready to to know how we can welcome what is arriving now, moment by moment, ever new, ever fresh. We start to find the resources that we need, that we have, and that we can grow and cultivate and have more of to to be that capacity, as I've talked about, to bring in this new energy, this new guidance, this new experience, and participate because we're not separate from it. And my earlier younger meditator who wanted to just stay and find those bliss places and kind of hang out there, nothing wrong with that either, but it's not the way things are. It's certainly an important part, and just the motivation was a little off, or the hope that it would just stay always that way. That would probably I'd get bored of that too. But it is important, and why we will now sit together for these roughly 12 minutes. Looking for my other clock. Is that we get to practice to allow ourselves to slide into or rest into the presence, the unbounded, infinite presence that we always are. And that is our source. So I think that is primary. We need to have that in order to um, have the capacity and the resilience and the creativity and the willingness and strength and courage and groundedness to welcome what comes. All right. So I'm going to do my bell and bow in a little different way. I'll ring the bell and then set it down and bow, and then we'll slide into our silent, still sitting. And do ensure that you have the support you need to sit easily. It can be in a chair, it can be in an armchair, you can lean back even, but let yourself feel the support. There is something very powerful about sitting upright without needing to lean back into something. That independence, that reliance on the base and the foundation. But do see what you need, because sometimes you may need to be in a reclining meditation, or as I said, be leaning back into something supporting you as well. Honor that need. So I use these pointers of ground, sound, breath as the first mantra into the meditation. Any of those three are perfect doorways into the practice. I usually lean into ground first. Not always, but usually. So let's see, feel, touch, sense truly now how the ground is here for us right here. So literally feel the parts of your body that are feeling the heaviness, feeling the ground textures, the cushion textures. Even allowing a kind of sinking and, dare I say, slouching to really feel the weight of body releasing down with gravity to earth. And the degree that we can more and more fully let go, the degree that we can let go downward into this gravitational field and this pull will be the same degree that we sense and know the support coming up that is always there beneath us. The lifting, the levity equal to the gravity. Visit any time to this pointer of ground. And then you might begin to notice breath. So the quality of our attention that we're bringing here now can be light, can be playful, relaxed, soft around the edges. So even as we attend to breath, we don't lose the sense of ground. And we are just observing, but with this presence that we are here with. We are here with whatever is arising. Like the weather. So as we attend to breath, we just might feel various qualities, a certain pace, a certain volume, and certain responses in the body and different parts of the body, sensing the breath in different ways. And as we keep some attention on the breath, more and more we're also sliding some of our awareness or some of our attention toward that unbounded awareness, that we start to rest into that as well, toward that source, that true self. It's right here. It's really nothing we need to do to gain it. It's always here. And if mind takes you on a trip, on the train of thought, when you notice the train has stopped already, it's slowing down, and you can just step off. Ground and breath are here for us throughout. And then we can also, while we're very centered, we're very rooted, we can also open our sensing outward around us to the sounds, to the space around. All this to support more and more letting go of all that and resting into Just the presence that's prior to any thought, prior to time. Our face before our parents were born. And we can open into that presence without losing the sense of our body, our breath, sounds. It's all here. And you might find this a little bit like coming home. A bell and a bow together to end our short practice. And just this transition, sliding from the meditation, the stillness, the journey we were just on together. And for a moment, just recognize something in this experience, these last few minutes together, this time together, and in your experience, maybe a state or a pointer, a phrase, an image that might assist you as you go through your week, until we meet again next week, or through your day, to remember how to come back to this center, to right here. Thanks again for joining me. Please do check sunandmoonstudio.com. I need to go myself and see what will be the new YouTube offerings. Maybe they'll be listed. They'll be a little bit different going forward. And check our schedule. Things are changing all the time, but we're riding with it. The team Sun and Moon is with us and with you. Thanks again. And I'm gonna see. I don't know if I can find where the chat was. Oh, it wasn't there. There it is. Live chat, top chat. Um, so good to be with you, Mary Beth, and anyone who joins us. All of you who join me. now and in future time, always here. Enjoy your day. Ciao, ciao.